I think that this proves that some things are just in people's blood. And when they can be exposed to something at such a young age, and then that just feeds their soul or something, I think that it's amazing. Hello, today we're going to be focusing on who is Natasha Denona? What is that brand all about? Who is she? And why can she charge so much for her palettes and they sell? Let's start off with some facts. Natasha Denona, all the makeup is cruelty free. A lot of it is vegan. If you look on the product page, it'll have a green V if that particular product is vegan. All of her eyeshadows are made in Italy. Fancy, fancy. Is a real person. She does exist. She was born in Croatia and raised in Germany. Her mother had a love for both the arts and science, and this was passed down to Natasha. Her mother worked as a chemist in a lab. Natasha loved visiting her mother at work. I think that that's where we can probably see how her love of having different formulas of eyeshadows, you know, she seems to have like pushed the boundaries some. That is probably from that experience, I would guess, as seeing her mom in the lab and just being exposed to science like that. Her first experience with makeup and the artistry of it was backstage. She was a dancer. She started doing the makeup looks for her and the other dancers, and she was 15 at the time. As she progressed in her career and in her makeup career and love of it, it is said that she could never find quite the right shadows that she wanted. She wanted a luxe, she wanted them pigmented, and she just never could find really what she was looking for. She went into the lab and yep, she created herself. When she first started creating, this was before the, you know, like now a lot of the palettes have pressed pigments, they have intensely, you know, color payoff in duochromes and these odd, you know, kind of different textures. But when she was first starting and doing this, that wasn't a thing. She got into the lab, she started mixing up things and creating. In 2002, she established the Natasha Denona Makeup Academy in Tel Aviv. Here's where she would teach her methods and her concepts to upcoming makeup artists. And when I say that this was before a lot of pressed pigments, her line was officially launched in 2016. So yes, we're used to it now, but just think back to 2016. And I think that, yeah, just think back to then. I feel like a lot of brands, when they have the success that she has had, another, you know, larger brand will come and purchase it, but nope, not with her. She still owns her own brand. Since her eyeshadows do have a lot of shimmer shades in them, my question of the day is, when you're using eyeshadow, do you prefer matte or some shimmer glitter shadows? If you could only use one shadow, what would it be? Would you pick a matte or a shimmer / glitter? Let me know down in the comments. I would pick a matte for me personally, but I like them both. But if I only could pick one. Also, if you are returning, thank you so much for coming on back. It really means a lot to me. And I'm hoping that through my question of the day, I'm hoping that I get to know you a little bit better. And yeah, I want to know you a little bit better. But if you are just finding me, hello, my name is Staci. As you can see, this is Staci Lee Beauty. I like to focus on fashion, skincare, makeup. I love it all, have since I was young. I'm in my late 40s, working my way through post-divorce. It's been a while now, but still just working my way through that and getting my own, finding my own way, kind of rediscovering my style. If that sounds interesting to you, you love fashion, you love skincare, makeup, and maybe you're like me and working through rediscovering what your style is, getting out of a style rut, makeup rut, then I hope that you will join me here. I also like once a month, the last Monday of every month, to do a brand deep dive video because I'm just curious about these brands and I want to know more. I will have the playlist listed down below if you want to see what other brands I have done, and if you ever have any suggestions of brands, let me know and I'm more than happy to take those suggestions. There wasn't much that I could find on her or the company, but don't go away because I do have a few products that I thought I would do a product review on. I want to start with the Retro palette. 15 shades, so all of her palettes do come, I think almost all of them come with a mirror, no brush. They do have these holes in the back, so when you're done or if you want to switch out, you can pop out the single shadows. And I don't have any of her foundation items, just to say that it does look like on Beautylish and the Natasha Denona website, if you want the most options in foundation products, go to those places. Ulta and Sephora both do carry Natasha Denona, but it seems like they are more limited than those other sites. So the Retro palette, this is considered midi size, and this has a retail of $69. This exact palette on Ulta got a 4.7 stars with 94 reviews. It's interesting when I read the reviews, because one of the lower stars, they wanted to like it due to the high ratings and they wanted a solid purple palette. Unfortunately, most of the palettes, or most of the shades, are on the pink side. There's certain things with that review I agree with, but when you look at this, this doesn't look like a purple palette. Yes, there may be like some plummy kind of undertones here, but I would not consider this or expect this to be a purple palette. That's why I always say with reviews, I feel like you have to kind of take them with a grain of salt, no matter who's doing the review, because we each have different taste, our skin type, so different way we apply our makeup. As far as when they said the building is impossible, I have noticed, now I don't have any natural hair brushes. I have noticed that with this and the other palette, that some of the mattes with synthetic brushes, they don't blend as well as some of the other shadows that I've tried. However, I have been told that with these, natural hair brushes really are the best as far as like blending and stuff. So just kind of keep that in mind, but I don't feel like they're terrible. I mean, I am wearing this palette today and I feel like things look blended. For the shimmer, well, let's go on to the reviews. I said I was going to do the reviews first and then give my thoughts. So yes, come on, let's go. Another person, not worth the hype. Got it for their birthday and they've never been more disappointed. There was so much fallout. The shimmers were non-existent on my lids. Of course, there were some people that loved it. Stunning colors, especially for green eyes. Love this formula. Fantastic palette. Other palette that I have is the My Dream. I really like how this feels. It's kind of more of a rubberized, and this is kind of feels embossed, so there is some texture to it. This again is the midi and retails for $69. There's some plummy colors, more browns, rusty tones with this one. This is gluten-free as well. Also got a 4.7 stars out of 362 reviews. Again, you have the same on the back, same shape, like that, and they do come in the low stars on the My Dream palette. Horrible purchase, really wanted to love it, but the eyeshadow has terrible fallout and makes my face look like a Christmas light. Bought online and came used. Ooh, the colors look pretty, but the black shadow shattered everywhere. The people who loved it said beautiful color stories, very good quality, blendable, worth every penny, amazing pigment. So my thoughts on these shadows. Now, just as an FYI, if you want to see how these are going to compare, or how these do compare to both Pat McGrath and Il Makiage, then make sure you are hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already. I just have to do a little plug because I'm going to be doing a comparison video on those on an upcoming Friday. All right, let's start with the Retro. I found that this one, I would say in both of these, the mattes and shimmers are pretty same. Now, the one thing that I have noticed is some of the mattes, like you'll see in this one, depending on the formula of them, you do have to be a little careful and because it's very easy to go into deep. So I do agree that you do have to be a little careful. The My Dreams, I didn't really have a problem with any of them being that way on this one. The shimmers on both of them, I can see where the one person said not as much payoff as they would think. It does seem, if you just want a topper, like I just wore one of the shimmers or glitters as a topper, then apply it dry with the fluffy brush. If you want more, you really have to apply it, I think, with your finger. Okay, so here is, I just applied it with a brush. You see how with your finger you are gonna get more of a color payoff. As far as fallout, I don't know if you can see, but just from doing that, there is some fallout. So I will agree with that. Now on the mattes, I did not get any fallout. It's just on the glittery, shimmery shades. And as far as how they're shipped, now I got mine from Ulta. Can't really speak to if you order directly from the site, but I do think that there is a good possibility to say this, that the shadows, some of them do seem to be a little, I don't want to say fragile because that sounds weird, but as far as eyeshadow, but kind of, because I did have to, one of them did come and I felt like it was used because it just kind of looked dirty. It looked like there was an fingerprint on one. So I sent it back. They sent out a new one. The new one, I see now both of these look kind of dark or kind of used in the back, but the one that they sent then did have a smudge in the back, but the shadows looked okay. So I don't know. I don't think it was used. I think maybe just, and I don't know. From Ipsy, we've gotten like the mini ones, and there was a shadow broke in one of those. I mean, not everyone. I've heard and watched other people unbox them and stuff and had no problem. So it's not like every single order your shadow's gonna be broke, but it does seem like that is a higher possibility than maybe some of the other brands. And I think that is just to do with like, it's just the formula of whatever particular shadow. So I'm happy to have these two, and to kind of get in on Natasha Denona, I do need to get some natural hair brushes so I can really try them and see how they compare that way. All right, the other things that I have, I'm wearing today, this is the I Need a Dream. It goes with this collection. Lip pencil and lip crayon, excuse me, and the lip gloss. Lip crayon is gluten-free. Basically, it's a lip pencil, but it was easy to fill in your lips, easy to sharpen, very pretty nude color, made in Italy. This has a retail price of $24, but I feel like you can definitely use this as a lip liner and fill your lips in, and then you can have a matte look, or if you wanted to add a gloss, very easy to do. It seems like things lasted long when I've used this, so no complaints with that. 5 stars out of 21 reviews, so obviously a lot of people agree with me. The lip gloss, this has a retail of $27. The color that I'm wearing, I have it on today. Now today I did not put on the lip liner first. It's described as having a balm-like feeling because it has soothing avocado oil in it, and I would agree with that. It is very hydrating. It doesn't feel sticky at all. At first I wasn't sure. I thought that maybe this color wouldn't look good on me, but I think it does. So yeah, nice natural color, easy to apply. Here is what the applicator looks like. And yeah, easy to apply. And it's just so interesting that there just was not a lot that I could find on her and on the brand, which is so completely opposite of a brand like, for example, Too Faced, who had a lot of drama, a lot of rumors. If you want to know what I'm talking about, click on this video next. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.